What is up, Kings? I hope all is well. Today I wanted to talk about Harry Sisson. And I might do another video on this in front of my laptop. That way I can share the screen and play some of the reactions from the females on this particular situation. But just a quick summary. Harry Sisson is a young liberal political commentator. It's part of the left's strategy to reach and provide outreach to the youngsters, to the young whippersnappers, to think liberalism is cool, bruh. And the left is always trying to do that. You can tell in a variety of ways that they're trying to do that. But I don't want to. I always get sidetracked. I don't want to turn this into a video like that. But nonetheless, just one more quick thought on it. It's like I always see these people. I'm like, where the fuck did this guy come from? Where the fuck did this chick come from? Like they seemingly come out of nowhere. And it makes you like really think and question whether this shit is like orchestrated and manipulated, and honestly I think it is. But I'm like, where the fuck did this dude come from? All of a sudden he's like worthy of $1 million. I mean, it's like crazy. But anyways, I digress. I saw a video from this channel titled Manosphere Highlights Daily. And I actually would recommend his channel. I think he comes up with a lot of solid content, creative content, diverse content as far as ideas. In his video, he, obviously gives his take on this matter. But just for me to give a synopsis of the situation, Harry Sisson recently posted on X a video of like this girl touching his face and saying she want to get with me, or she want to be with me, and that's the song playing in the background, some rap song. She want to come with me, some shit like that. And it was super cringe, super fucking beta. But and within, I don't know the timeline exactly, but there's been several women who have come out and said that they dated Harry Sisson and that he basically pumped and dumped them. And, they wanted more, and so on and so on. And so I wanted to comment on that. And the original video that I watched did show some of these clips, because these women, of course, because they're dating a guy with clout, they got to take to fucking TikTok and Instagram and give their stupid 2 cents on the matter and share why it's wrong and why it shouldn't have went down that way and what happened and why he's a dog for doing it. So I want to comment on that. Okay, let me start here. My only critique, because I do want to be fair and balanced for Harry Sisson, is this. Guys like him pick up girls under phony pretense. Now, a lot of guys do that. Unfortunately, a lot of guys do pick up women under phony pretense, and I can't blame men completely for this, because women, and this is shown time and time again, they don't really want to know the truth. They want to fall in love with they want to be sold the dream, and they want to fall in love with the dream. Women at their core are all about deception, lies, omissions, things like that. Once you come to terms with that, you're going to be better prepared to deal with all this stuff, and you're going to realize very quickly that being, completely honest is maybe not your best course of action. But I would say, for me, I think you should be. I think that is the most masculine course of action. And, at the end of the day, if women can see that, their love for your masculinity will override their emotionality towards the truth. But this is why women are liberals. It's not just because, they tend to be communal. It's also because women don't really care about the truth by and large. So anyways, but guys like him get women under this pretense that they are these massive female advocates. And the women in these clips said as much. They said, I felt safe with him. I thought he was a woman advocate. I thought he was all for me. And it's very snaky. It's very deceiving. It's very nerdy. It's very beta. These types of guys struggle to get women on their own merit. Now, I don't think he's the worst looking guy in the world, but what I mean when I say they don't get women on their own merit, they don't get women purely based on their handsomeness or their masculinity or, having a great physique or being, super, having a shit ton of game, whether that be being funny or just having fucking smooth rhythm talking to women. They tend to have to use some of the more external factors, which I don't have an issue with by and large. I'm more okay with things like external factors like money, notoriety, clout. I don't think it's the best form because it's hard for you to know how much a woman really is into you when you pick up women based on that. But you got to use what you got to use. I don't like, just from a political standpoint and from a weak, non-masculine standpoint, when guys pretend to take on a certain feminist persona, a champion of women persona. It's very fake. It's bullshit. And honestly, if I had a sister, well, I do, but I would always warn women against guys like that because they appear one way, and women, especially if they've just been with a Chad, they might be more prone to getting with a guy like this. And they think, oh my gosh, this is the perfect fucking guy. Of course I'm spread my legs open for him. This is the perfect guy here. And they find out, no, this guy might even be worse than the Chad, because at least the Chad is kind of masculine in how he goes about it and is more out in the open with how he goes about it. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of grimy. In other words, it gives me the ick. When women say the whole dating preference situation, older men dating younger women, it gives them the ick. That's kind of what it is for me, as fucking lame as that sounds. It just, it is not the most noble way to pick up women, and it's very phony. It's very fake. But personally, I thought that, no shade, and I'm glad he's not. I thought I thought he was a homosexual. Honestly, I did not think that he was straight. I no joke, but I'm glad he's not. But I think that says a lot regarding what I'm talking about here. So that's my only gripe with him, and of course it is hypocritical. That this is a guy that goes online and fucking, probably trashes the red pill and says, that these people are scum and terrible people. Yet, when they have their options, when they have these options, they do the exact same thing. But guys like this, when they say shit like that, they probably weren't getting pussy. And then, especially if they were they're freshly out of school, high school, college, they weren't getting any. So it's easy for them to say these things about how Chads operate around women. So yeah, it is slightly hypocritical that a guy that purports to be one way and probably would demonize people like Andrew Tate or Myron Gaines or what have you, yet he's out there now that he has options doing the same thing. But the thing is, I can't fault him for that because, again, just to be as fair and balanced as possible, I know that by and large, men are only as men are only as faithful as their options. Men have testosterone. They're going to have a high sex drive. So, when men, and again, I've said many times, who are women to tell men who are supposed to be the leaders? Who are they to tell men, which of course I'm sure Harry would disagree with, but who are they to tell men who just earned access to the candy store when women have always had access to the candy store that they cannot search around and select what they want? That's fucking ridiculous. And no man, liberal or conservative, beta or alpha or sigma, should allow women, once they have earned the right to the candy store, they should never allow a woman to dictate to them how and regulate how they go about said candy store. So that's that. The other thing I want to say is, at the end of the day, this is on women. This is their hypergamous nature at work. This is what happens when you no longer have fathers and brothers helping their sisters and daughters select the men in their lives. Women select poorly, okay? Because women are led by their emotions. They want an experience. They select poorly. This is why the West is in this fucking predicament in the first place, because our society is massively gynocentric, and our society inhabits such chaos because the nuclear family is broken, because these women are allowed to run, they're allowed to have their feminine nature just run wild and unchecked. That's why Western society is so chaotic. But this is on them. I don't feel bad whatsoever. I know I don't agree with Harry Sisson politically, obviously. But, these women, it's on them that they weren't able to see through the lies and the bullshit. Instead, they were clouded by their desire for his clout and his notoriety and thought that they would be the only one. Are you kidding me? The dude's 19. The dude's been to the fucking White House. You know what I'm saying? He's been to the White House. You think he's just going to choose you? You? Shit. And you probably already had like 10 plus bodies. One of the girls mentioned that, she was asked to send nudes to him and she acquiesced, no problem. Yeah, she was tatted. Like I said, I might do another video on this so we can watch said videos. But yeah, this is on them. Women need to be held accountable. That's the only way that this shit is going to get better. And no, you should not become a white knight just because it's some liberal goofball that did this. And take the side of women. No. They wanted the clout. They wanted the notoriety. Women, when left unchecked, their hypergamy gets the best of them, and they will do anything and everything to obtain a top 10 to 20% man. So this is completely on them. They could have just as easily selected a guy without the clout that Harry Sisson has, and not gone through this. But then they want to cry wolf on Twitter and TikTok. Meanwhile, they're probably going to do the exact same shit again if given the opportunity. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I got to hit the gym here. Like, comment, share. You guys know the drill. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow and facts your feelings because your feelings just don't matter. Christ is king. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.